Hey Frontline fans, welcome back to Comic Frontline and fans. You're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do that all-important comic book review so you the fans can make a decision on what comic books to buy. And today fans, we are talking about The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 12. That's right, fans. I'm looking at this as the new #1 for Amazing Spider-Man because the first story of this new volume was really drawn up, the whole Scorpio gang. And at the end of it, it was like a teaser of things to come for the next year of The Amazing Spider-Man. So now that that story is pushed to the side and we get that fresh new start, I was heavily awaiting this particular issue. In fact, it has Mary Jane on the cover of it. So I was like, oh, wow. And Regent is planned to make his appearance in this book as well. So I was very excited on it. And then on the cover, it shows that Spidey teams up with the Avengers. So the artwork is done by Giuseppe Comicoli. The artwork is pretty good. Sometimes Peter's face looks a little bit puffy, but overall, Comicoli's artwork, and I've said it before, is pretty nice. He has Mary Jane in this issue that he draws, which is really well done. And I feel that Comicoli is at his best when he shows the characters in their suits. I think that's where his artwork shines. I think he knows how to really draw the good explosions, the characters in action, and I really love his artwork for that. So what did I think about this story? Let's recap it. There's going to be some spoilers, so if you want to read your copy first, read your copy, then come back and finish watching this video. In this issue, we wind up seeing that Peter Parker has this particular fundraiser for Peter Parker Industries, and it's called the Uncle Ben Foundation. And it's drawing people from other businesses and industries. So what happens, it has all the people from Peter's company, which is Harry, which goes by Harry Lyman now because that's his mother's maiden name. And Tony Stark comes and joins. And of course, who's alongside by Tony Stark? Well, that's MJ. And Peter's all flustered by this. He's like, I don't know how to deal with MJ. I haven't seen her in like forever. And the dialogue in this book is some of Dan Slott's best. He's just like, Peter's just like, oh, MJ. And Tony just comes into the scene after MJ says, hey, Tiger. And he's just like, Tony's like, hey, true believer. And it's just some of those Marvel classic dialogue that shot this comic above the other issues of Amazing Spider-Man. And the good thing that you get to see in this book is you wind up getting to see the supporting cast that we haven't seen for so long in this book. And it was great. And, we just got the announcement that Iron Man's going to be teaming up with Spider-Man in the Homecoming movie. Well, you get to see that team up in this issue of the series because, of course, Tony Stark comes into play. But again, going back to the supporting cast, you get to see Harry in this book, you get to see MJ, you get to see Tony, you get to see Liz Allen, you get to see Betty Brant, you get to see all the people in this book that makes Peter Parker, and it was awesome to see that. And just as the actual dinner gets underway, we wind up meeting Augustus Roman, who's the CEO of Empire Unlimited, which we already know is Regent. He introduces himself, and as Peter gets up to talk to him in his speech, we wind up seeing that the Ghost makes his appearance. Now, the Ghost isn't a heavy hitter villain, but what this book does, it really sets up things to come in the future of the Spider-Man books. And the best thing about this book is we wind up seeing Peter and Tony team up as Spider-Man and Iron Man, and they fight together to battle the Ghost. And they're like, armor's in time for the one and only friendly neighborhood Iron Man. And you get to see them kind of work together, but kind of banter with each other. And when you read that dialogue in the book, it's absolutely perfect. This is everything that you want in a Spider-Man book. And it is an absolute treat to read this. And it was a nice change of pace book, too, to see characters that we know and love instead of these people that are in his business. And as the issue progresses, we just, again, continue to see things that are in the modern day world, like YouTube and the Ghost talking about Geico and how these guys are the mascots for their companies and just all kinds of crazy stuff like that. By the time you wind up getting to the end of this issue, we wind up seeing the operations of Augustus and his plans on to being the, I guess, next superhero by capturing all the super villains' superpowers. And so you're basically seeing Regent uh, before he becomes Regent. You get to see the pre-stages of that. So, yeah, overall, this was a really, really well done book. I had a blast with it. And this is the best Amazing Spider-Man book that I have read in a long time. Now, I like that Fantastic Four issue that was thrown in here within the first 11 issues of this volume. But I think to date, this is the best book that Spider-Man has come out with because it has all the people that we've known and loved with Spider-Man. That's what makes Spider-Man. And when his supporting cast is thrown in there, it automatically, again, sets the book above the rest of the other Spider-Man books that we have read. When you read this book, guys, it's going to be a treat for you. I promise you. So by the time I'm done with this, when I sit there and think about it, the only thing that I didn't like was the Ghost, but the Ghost was very comedic in this issue. So even him, I got to give him props. So by the time I'm done with this book, I got to give this one probably a 4.75 out of 5 stars. I really, really enjoyed this book. Not sure if anything is going to beat it this week, but it was really close for me being having a perfect book. So guys, in the comments below, tell me what you thought of The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 12. Do you agree with me? Do you feel that this was a much better book than all the others? Do you, after reading 11 issues of that previous story arc, do you now see what I'm talking about, how this should be the way Spider-Man is always, and you just got accustomed to that crap that you read before? So, yes, I'm very passionate about Spider-Man. He's my favorite superhero for years and years. So, again, guys, leave me those comments below. Tell me what you thought of Amazing Spider-Man issue number 12. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and don't forget to watch our live show each and every Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until that next review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off, and thanks for watching Comic Frontline. Take care, guys. Bye.